What's up, guys? Nick Major here, APTV correspondent. I had a great chat with my good old friends in Pierce the Veil about how they've managed to stay so level-headed after gaining worldwide fame and success. After a decade of working alongside one another, they haven't gone crazy. Their appearance on the Conan O'Brien show, and a lot more, so stay tuned to see what they had to say.
Nick Major, everybody.
Nick
motherfucking
That's what I was
Major.
hoping for. That's an appropriate welcome.
I don't think we can cuss.
Yes, we can.
Fuck it.
We'll edit it.
Yes. We're talking.
Shit.
We'll edit it with this. Oh.
So how was it playing a bunch of new songs? Because I know people, including myself, have been waiting plenty long. I chat with both of you in like November of 2014.
Yeah, we probably lied to you about one.
Yeah, I was like, oh, cool, turn of the year, it's going to be out.
We
It's coming
knew.
out soon, man. Soon.
It's so close. It's literally there.
And now it finally is.
And now
Misadventures
we
is
did it.
now out.
Yeah.
So how does that feel? How's that to finally be out for you guys?
Dude,
Like a new men.
I hardly recognize these guys. We feel like such new men.
This is the 10-year anniversary of you guys being a band, correct? 2006?
Coming up on
Something,
it here.
yeah. 2006, yeah, 7-ish, maybe.
7, I don't know.
No one's counting. Who's counting?
But it's close to a decade, and that's pretty incredible what you guys have done in the last 10 years. How is
Is
that
it?
reflected?
It really is.
You guys were on Conan O'Brien.
That's sick. You're right.
How can you not say how awesome that
We're
is?
awesome.
How was that? Were you guys big fans of Conan growing up?
Yeah.
It was amazing. It
fucking
was
badass.
also terrifying. I've never been more nervous for a performance in my life. But
That guy is so pro. It's like business as usual for him. He goes in, does his lines. He would like play a guitar while doing his montage, like in the beginning, and he would wouldn't skip a beat while like soloing. I'm like, that guy's a goddamn professional.
He's a
there.
professional.
I gave him my guitar.
You literally gave him your guitar?
I gave him my guitar because it was our
Signed it.
first, major TV performance, and I'm a huge fan of Conan, and so I gave him one of my Explorers, and I hope it's living in his garage somewhere,
Yeah.
or
somewhere.
or
It's just in his assistant's office.
yeah.
Buried behind some boxes.
Yeah.
he's probably watching this right now. So
Probably.
He will likely tune into this.
What's up,
Conan and
Coco?
I, we go way back.
What's up, dog?
Miss you, bro.
Did you have a big CD release show in Mexico?
We did.
For Misadventures?
Yeah.
Why did you guys decide to go down there for that? And was that the idea? You just did you happen to have a show down there, or were you like, let's release this
No,
CD?
I think we wanted to do something crazy for the release just because it was such a big record for us. You know, we finished it and we were so happy. We tried to do something kind of, out of the box. I think we
Yeah.
were just feeling it.
Yeah, we do have like a lot of our fan base is in Mexico.
Yeah.
So whenever we go down there, it's
a really cool
it's
time.
always a really fun time, and,
Yeah.
and we remember having like such crazy shows down there. So we were like, let's do something different, something wild, and yeah.
Turned out awesome. It was crazy. Ferocious fans.
It was a good CD release
It
show.
was a fun one, yeah.
And I'm sure you guys have been asked this a million times, but why did the CD take so long?
We finished the music fairly quickly.
Yeah.
And then it was all on me to write like all these lyrics, and I was just sitting there being like, I don't like this room anymore. Like, I've been in here for months doing all this music that I was just like, I felt like we weren't gonna do the music justice with what we had
in the beginning.
So I was just like, let's get out on tour, let's leave the studio for a minute,
Clear your head, kind of.
clear our heads. Let's go. And because I wanted each song to have like its own story, so if you were to ask me about any song on this record, you and I could talk about it for like an hour, because like each one is very unique in the
real
in the
specific
meaning.
story behind each
Yeah.
song.
So, and I always found that those were our best songs, were the ones that really came from something really specific, and so that's what we kind of reached for, and we kind of waited till we had all that.
And Collide, that was such a big album for you guys. Like, it really threw you into the scene and allowed you guys to tour for several years off of it.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that the expectation that you set for yourselves must have been pretty high and intimidating.
Yeah. I mean, we that was a big growth record for us. It took us all around the world and took our band to new levels and stuff like that. But
It just went gold, by the way.
it did.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that. That's amazing.
We did it. We did it.
Yay!
Unbelievable.
But so the album, it really put you guys into the scene, and so for the next few years, did you guys ever think you were going to put out a CD sooner, or did it?
The original plan was to, go in the studio with the time we had allotted and to make the new record, but obviously we went in there and sooner than later we started having these little little detours happen, we cut 2 songs from our regular, and had to rewrite some songs in the studio, which wasn't, our plan. So a lot of things kind of happened like that along the way that kind of kept spreading the time.
Was it nice being able to have all that extra time though? Because I'd imagine it gets tougher as you write more songs.
For sure. Yeah, I think we kind of have the tendency of like, we're done when we're done, you know, when we feel good about it, you know, and I know like the label management, we're just breathing down our necks like, where's this new record? You know, we're like, we're working on it.
Give us a few years.
Yeah, so it took us, yeah, I mean, I don't think, none of us were expecting it was going to take that long, you know, but
it's out, and are you guys ecstatic?
I wouldn't have changed anything. I think I'm so happy. I think we're all very happy. Playing the new songs live is so awesome.
Circles, did I read that song was inspired by some friends who had survived the Paris shooting?
It was like, after that all happened and I saw the interviews from Eagles of Death Metal, and they were saying how like the thing that hit me the hardest was when one of the members said that a lot of them were just trying to save their friends, you know, and I was just like, I was just imagining, like, you know, if I was at a show, I'd probably be doing the same thing, you know, like, where's my buddy? We're all trying to get out of here together. And so, you know, at the end of the day, we ended up writing Circles about two friends trying to, you know, help each other out of a bad situation. And that was kind of the general, you know, positive spin on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and so you guys, after this run today, your first show coming up next is in Paris, I believe.
Yeah.
Have you guys been to Paris since that horrible attack happened?
We have not.
And being musicians, what was that like for you guys, hearing something so like insane and unheard of happening? Like,
it was heavy for sure.
It was, I think,
super heavy.
It was super sad, and I think as musicians, you know, we'd played that venue.
Yeah,
and
I think
we'd been there, you know.
It was kind of an eerie thing. We played that venue a year before, like the same day, but a year earlier. So it could have been any one of our friends' bands, or you know, it could have been. And being in the industry, obviously, touring and being on, you know, on stage like that, it was your worst nightmare. It was like the worst thing.
Yeah,
so
it was just really close to home.
Yeah.
And,
it's the complete opposite of what a show should be. You go out there to have fun, be with your friends, be, you know, watching and having a good time. So that definitely, you know, took like, I think it brought everyone down, you know, like kind of shook them. So.
But it doesn't slow anybody down, which is great, because
no, you can't let it. You got to keep rocking. You got to keep going. That's the main thing. And for us, we've been touring nonstop, and we're actually I'm really excited to play Paris. You know, I think that's what they need. They need to be like, you know, we can't change. You know,
what is it about this 4-piece band that the chemistry is so strong to where you're not kicking each other out? Unless your arm break was some internal fighting that wasn't ever reported on.
Yeah, but I came back anyway.
Yeah. I get kicked out 3 times every week. So.
So you're just in the band right now.
Yeah, and then I do something and I get kicked out, and then I'll do something like really good, and they're like, that's a great idea, and then you're back in. So I'm like, I just keep jumping.
You're okay for today.
I'm like, hopscotch, it's great.
So what is it with you guys though? Is you guys all just get along well?
Yeah,
is that what it is?
You know, I think we kind of we've been playing music since we were kids, and I think when we started this band, like 10 years ago, I guess you would say, like when we were forming the band, we kind of had this like pact. It was like, we can't be in a band together unless we all want to do this for the rest of our lives. If this 100%. Is what we want to do with our lives, this has to be the criteria for being in this band.
You're either first or last.
Yeah, you're either first or you're last.
We did and it was like in a dark room. We were all like sweaty, and we put our hands in, and it was.
You cut your palms. And
yeah.
You put your blood together.
Oh, what do you do? What do you got there? Ah!
But so is that still the mentality though, that you guys are in this for the long run, and this is just part of the ride?
Yeah, there's definitely obviously ups and downs of like us like playing shows, and then, you know, having, you know, kind of growing pains and learning how to be in a band with each other and like really getting the best out of us, you know. And I think we've got a great, like you said, the chemistry's right, and I think the main thing is the show and the fact that we're all kind of in that mentality. Like, I don't think ego is a thing for us. It's more of just like, yo, we all do this together. Let's have a fucking awesome show, and like that's like the main thing that we.
How have you been able to stay so down to earth?
I think for me, when I was going to shows, and when I would meet a band member that I was a fan of, and he was so cool to me,
yeah,
I was just like, whoa,
I want to be that
like,
guy.
That guy was so nice, and he didn't have to be, you know.
Yeah.
But, you know, also I've met band members that are complete assholes too, and I'll never forget that. And you know, I look at it.
Never.
I look at it where you know
who you are.
Just be respectful, and these kids are supporting your band and your life, and they're the reasons, you know, we're able to do this. So
I remember the first autograph I ever got was Mike Herrera from MXPX, and he was playing a show, and I remember him walking. And now that I'm, you know, in a band and touring and stuff, now I know it was like what I did was like totally a dick move. I like stopped him from like hiding from like everybody.
He's like, Mike!
I'm like, hey, come here. He's like, what's up? Yeah, I was like, I hosed him bad, but he was so nice, and I'm like, sign my ticket. And I was the guy that's like, sign my ticket. And he's like, well, you got a pen? I was like, no, don't you got a pen like on you at all times, like an idiot, like. And he's like, yeah, I was super young, I had no idea what was going on, but he did it, and I remember still having the little ticket stub from the show with his signature on it, and I just remember how nice he was, and how like, no worries, man, like have a good one, you know, see you later.
Oh, he's always, every time I
and it's like, dude, that I still we're talking about it right now, and that was probably like, you know, 15, 16 years ago, like. Still, like that to me, like that is what you play your music and you have people come to your show, but also be cool, you know, like don't be a dick.
Killing it out here at the Palladium tonight. Thank you for sitting down and
of course
chatting. But for now, go play a show.
Yeah.
Nick Major.
Everybody, come on.
Major.